But go. Nope, I refuse.
All right.
We are consenting.
So, when last we left off, the Fellowship of the Chili Sad had returned to the Durgar city of Golgothir in hopes of helping Wilfred's friend Morgana deal with the recent coup d'etat that overthrew Lady Andragora. After a brief encounter with some of the Slad, you arrived in Golgothir. Things were very different, as you saw before, with mind flayers and their thralls had overrun the entire city. You avoided an encounter with a mind flayer, and you met up with Morgana at the home of Strothian the Arcanist, and you learned that he had invented amulets that had counteracted the Mind Flayer's abilities. There's only one problem. He had been captured by the Mind Flayers. You ventured into the tunnels underneath the city in order to reach the barracks/jail where Strothian was being held prisoner by Atar and his Mind Flayers. You learned as well that the Mind Flayers were servants of a greater master, Alaxon. You're in the tunnels and narrowly avoided an encounter with some Fomorians. You found the main tunnel collapsed and decided to try and take some side passages. You fought some rot trolls, you battled some underhulks, and then after the battle with the underhulks, you encountered a small gnome. And at the end of that passageway, who introduced himself as Ugarth, Shadowfoot. He told you of his mission to overthrow a family member that led the Shadowfoot tribe. You continued in the tunnels and fought a Bahir, which nearly killed the party, before Angvor banished it. Then you enter into this ancient chamber with sort of staccato floors and hieroglyphs on the walls, and primordial written on it. At the end of the chamber stood a giant statue. And behind this giant statue was a dark black mace adorned with rubies. Angvor took the mace, and the statue attacked the party. After another fight and a lot of failed athletic checks, you were able to get through the broken down door and escape the Dow. As you now as you stand huffing and puffing at the end of this hallway, Fellowship of the Chili Sad, what do you want to do?
Oh God, guys,
We need to sleep.
we need to continue for at least a little bit. I think get away from them, but we do need to find a place to take a rest. I think pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm also resting, but not here.
Looks like down this short little hallway right to the right of us. Doesn't seem like much. When I look, seems like we're gonna have to push down the bottom hallway here.
Looks like we have to continue.
Is anyone feeling particularly hurt?
Yeah, it might be better if we ask who's not feeling hurt.
Yeah.
Do we have some of that healing magic? If not, I do have some healing potions that I figure this is probably a dire enough
I
scenario.
do have one potion. I do have it.
I've got a handful of them if some people need.
What if we just take like an hour here?
I don't know how
Yeah.
sturdy this door is. Seems like they're
we'll
gonna
survive an hour here.
Who knows how further keep coming?
We might not survive if we move forward either.
Oh God.
We could brace this door.
More keen to take my chances moving forward.
Can I would assume they're still coming. Can I listen down and see if they were listening here, if they're beating on that door still?
Make a perception check.
2 doors between them.
Yeah, there's 2 doors. There's the dice. Natural 20.
Natural 20. So you continue to hear the thuds of the pounding on the far door, the one that led to the main chamber where you had discovered the Dow. And they seem to be getting stronger, and you hear one that's like doom, and you hear one that's like and you hear doom, doom.
Well, whatever we're doing, we have to do it quick.
Let's see what's down this hallway, guys. This bottom one.
All right.
Feeling
I'll check it out. I'll walk toward the door or down the hallway.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll walk as well.
Yeah. I'm kind of just rushing, kind of quick paced, I think, trying to get down to the next chamber if we can, or see
Alright.
where this leads, because not
You guys-
sure.
So you guys begin to move down this hallway, and away from sort of the area where you continue to hear the Dow and the Earth Elemental banging on the door. There's sort of you come to a sort of a bend where it sort of turns to the right.
Can we peek around and kind of see what's on this bin with our dark, like see would be about 60 feet down.
Yeah. Also, I should say, for those of you without dark vision, I believe that would be Wilfred and Carrick. Your
Has
dark,
that ability
your
faded?
dark vision has worn off. Yes.
So I'm gonna look down the hallway and like peer off because
All
I
right.
can see a
Just come up over there
perception.
and you look down the tunnel. There isn't anything at the end of the tunnel. It's just sort of an empty cavernway or an empty passageway. Sort of an unfinished side passage.
Jesus.
So this is a dead end everywhere.
Can I spend a good minute kind of I guess this is, I mean, as detailed as I can because I want to be thorough. I want to kind of run my hands along the walls, checking for, see if there's any kind of secrets that I could, I mean, maybe detect secret handles, things that, I mean, running my hands up and down the walls, kind of
Okay.
knocking or to hear for any kind of things like that.
Make an
On that
investigation
little-
check.
That little culvert there,
Yeah.
that is a 18.
18. So you mean sort of feel along the sides of the wall, you come across sort of what looks like an old sort of handle, sort of has a face on it. When you brush away sort of the dust and the grime from it, you sort of pull on it, and all of a sudden this and sort of this sort of like this sort of ladder spill. The top of the cavern sort of opens up, and then sort of this sort of like rope ladder sort of falls down out of this sort of this hole in the top of the roof.
Do I
What's
look up
happening?
and do I look up and see any light? I mean, is there like light up there, like like dots of light or anything?
Mick, no, you don't really see any light up there.
Okay. Can I see how far does it? So I have 60 feet of dark vision. Looking up, do I see anything up there, or is it just?
So you when you look up there, what you see is you see sort of basically what looks like sort of an old sort of abandoned area, sort of like maybe someplace where they're digging to basically like not a mine shaft, but like someplace where they're digging to sort of construct more passageways or new sewage system. That's what it sort of looks like, a water collection, sort of like a cistern or something like that.
Gotcha. Guys, right down here. Hurry up! I found a ladder. Let's go. There's a ladder up. There's nowhere else out. It seems like an old abandoned sewer system up there. It seems there's nothing up there, but this is our chance. I mean, I don't know where else we can go, but I pulled a rope ladder down. There was one kind of stuck in the wall here. Guys,
You think I can try to shed some light?
I mean, I saw up there. I mean, with the dark, I can see kind of shapes and stuff in the dark. I mean, we can shed some light up there. Yeah.
I have the ghost lantern. I'll do the ghost lantern.
All right.
I think it's 15 and 15.
Okay.
for the
So
ghost
so
lantern.
you hold out this little ghost lantern, sort of like this sort of halo, this cocoon of light sort of spills forth from it as the spirit trapped inside the ghost lantern emanates light forth. And you
And
guys
I'm
have
gonna just start making my way up too.
all right.
Because I want to see what's up there, and
Yeah.
so I'm
Right.
gonna start. I'm just gonna keep encouraging people. Hey, we need to get up there because whatever's back there is coming.
All right. So you
After us.
Yeah,
But if that thing flew,
yeah.
it just hovered 30 feet in the air.
We'll just. But this is. I don't know where else we need to go or where we can go.
Also,
so you guys begin to climb up the ladder.
Yeah.
I will hang back toward the end just in case something comes barreling after us.
Okay.
hey, Terry,
So
I tossed on my health potion just in case.
We've got fun.
No,
Yeah,
I have health
Yeah,
potions. I was offering in case someone else needed. I appreciate it, but I have some health potions.
Can I have one of those health potions? I think I'm quite low.
Yeah, sure. Let me see which
Thank
ones I have on D&D Beyond.
You can have mine.
Thank you. Thank you.
I only have one. I think it's 2d4 plus 2 for just a general health potions.
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
So you can roll 2d4 plus 2.
All right, give me 1 second and I will.
Yeah.
Good.
But I'm kind of walking up or up the ladder and entering in this cistern-like thing.
All right.
I think for things that he was following.
Yeah, I'll go up.
Yep. So Angvor, Morgana, Gertha, you guys they begin to climb up the ladder. You guys enter into this sort of this empty culvert. You hear sort of the gentle sound of sort of rushing water. Sort of like this dripping, trickling sound. And you see water sort of coming down the walls.
I'm gonna quickly glance around and just kind of see like if it's all clear. Like this is not an intense kind of thing. Quickly,
All right,
like
make
is
a
it
perception
clear at
check.
least? 16.
16. So you glance around, look around. Doesn't appear to be any imminent threats.
Guys, there doesn't seem to be anything up here. I think we're good.
All right, come on up. And I'll wait. I guess if everyone decides to come up, when the last person comes up, I'll grab the ladder and pull it back up.
Yep, I'm going up.
All right.
But I'll wait till everyone's up.
All right.
Who's
So
doing one of these?
Real quick, the 2D 4 plus 2.
Yes.
So
For healing.
I rolled a 7 and then I add 2 to that. Is that correct?
yes.
And then okay, cool. Thank you guys. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And who is Massive Kenku? Is that you, Ben?
No, that's
I'm
me.
not on.
That's
I'm on
me.
I'm on my cheap laptop that doesn't like Dungeon Fog.
Okay. Well, I will assign that token to Ugarth then.
Thank you.
All right.
And also after everybody's kind of moved up and the ladder's pulled up, I'm going to look down and I'm going to try and cast prestidigitation on the area where I found the latch or whatever, the pulley. And I want to kind of see if I can create I can create a non-magical trinket or an illusory image that can fit in your hand. Doesn't say it has to be in your hand, but it says it's something like that size.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just, as best I can, cover it back up with like the illusory image of like dust and dirt.
Okay. All right. So as you sort of cast the sound, you see like the rush of wind and sort of obscures where the latch is and sort of looks
trying to blend it in with like the surroundings, obviously.
Yeah, the rest of the passageway.
And look around and see if there are any kind of footprints and also like things that I could use to cover this if I wanted to.
All right, make a investigation or perception check, your choice.
Can I look around and see where we are?
Yeah. So as you look around, you're in sort of like this massive sort of underground, basically retention pond. And so as you sort of look around, you see that there are sort of deep. There's some water sort of bubbling on the side, and there is a lot of sort of dry ground around the edge. But when you peer over at the water, it does look pretty deep and it does look pretty dark.
Deep and dark.
Now, as you sort of watch,
Is it flowing? You said it's flowing water.
So there's water flowing down the cavern walls to the pond. The pond itself is sort of still.
Is there light up there?
I have my lantern.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Good point.
So as you're watching in sort of the eerie light of the sort of the ghost lantern, you see this massive fin just sort of and sink back, rise above the sort of the water of the pond and then sink back down.
We're not alone.
Yes, I sensed that as soon as we got up here.
Well, right now, we know.
You have that trident, right?
Wait,
we know right now the
point of order. For your warlock thing, Nathan, is it specific? What is it? What sorts of creatures can it sense?
Which one? You can telepathically communicate with any aberration, beast, elemental, or monstrosity.
Okay. Yeah. So you would know that there is an aberration in sort of the pool.
An aberration.
Can I sense what aberrate? Like, is there?
Make a nature check or I'll make a nature check.
Not bad. I'm pretty nature today, so I have a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Okay, so when you sort of reach out in your mind, you recognize this is an aboleth. So it's I think you've encountered this once before in the Nagpa's house.
Go through that portal.
Yeah.
No, in the well in the Nagpa's house.
Yeah. Is it
Um,
like the same one?
no, it is not the same one.
Okay.
And so
Gotcha.
yeah.
Guys, this is not something we want to mess with.
I'm immediately looking for another way out, like another passage.
Backing
Alright.
up, like, yeah, walking the sands or whatever the beach is up
Okay.
away from the water, I guess.
Okay. So you sort of have dry stone mostly, but it's there's
Okay.
dirt too.
Yeah.
So you've been to sort of walk up, and then you see sort of one of these like basically massive culverts, that sort of is trickling water down into this sort of this retention area.
How big around is the culvert?
It's quite big. It's probably at least the size of a normal room is like probably what are this thing like 15 feet tall, probably even more, probably more like 30 feet in diameter.
I want to climb in there and see if that'll lead us out, or see if there's another way out of here. I'm guessing that's
So
gonna be the
we
way
got
out.
that. I will look for other passages.
Okay,
if
so
there's any.
make a perception check.
Ooh, 13s.
13. All right, so there are multiple culverts coming in, so you can choose which one. You do see sort of a trail that sort of leads up to sort of like a door on the side as well.
It'll work very well. Or it looks like there's one at least, but there's other culverts if we wanted to. Other direction.
This is a hard choice. I mean, these are large passageways where anything can reside underneath this, but also we don't know what's behind the door either. I'd be inclined to go to that door and check at least.
Yeah, as long as no statues come alive in this room, I think
Yeah.
we can check this door out.
Right. Right. So who is going to check the door?
I will attempt.
All right. So Wilfred, is there light?
As long as I can avoid water, I will go up there.
Yeah. It's up to the side, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you sort of walk up towards the door. You sort of try it. It's open. So you pull it open.
Listen first.
All right. Make a perception check.
23.
23. All right. So as you're listening, you begin to hear some gruff Duragar voices speaking in Undercommon.
I would recognize it.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's why I said the language. I assumed you would recognize it. Yeah. So you listen, and they're saying, I don't know why Atar sent us down here, and blah blah. Right? They're sort of talking about things. They're talking about how basically someone's moved in here, and master that Gorhar, he didn't come back when he came down here, and so they're sort of discussing back and forth.
I will motion to the rest.
I was following you as well.
Yeah, but everyone else, I'll be say their motion to at least 2 in behind.
As they were going over there, I was just going to get down, put my ear to the trap door or whatever it was that we came up through.
Okay.
And just see if I hear anything after us. It seems like it's getting closer.
Make a perception check.
Not bad. 19.
19. So as you listen, you don't really hear too much. You hear the sort of a distant like throb of a bang or something, but you don't hear anything.
Doesn't seem to be getting closer or be real like right under the door.
No.
Cool. Then I'll As they motion over, I'll make my way over there.
All right, you guys head over to the door.
You said Gorar?
A Gorhar, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Gorar. Yeah, I will speak a little bit louder for those on the call. And they mentioned Atar,
They could be being forced though.
but could be, but they didn't sound like they were being forced to come down. They were just told to come down here.
Mm,
They were searching for someone that came down before them.
yeah.
Well, you didn't return. If my imagination is he's got taken by this one here that's swimming around.
We're gonna just assume. I mean, it sounds like it's a way out. We have no sense of knowing what these culverts go to.
And if they came from Atar, that means that if we can follow them back, we might be able to get to where we need to
Yeah.
wherever he is being pulled up.
I mean, I'm all for trying to talk to these two.
Yeah, I mean, should we just go in and meet them before they meet us in here?
I mean, it'd be better to enter.
You hear a door start.
Leaving.
No, coming in.
You'll
Well,
know.
I heard
You hear
I continue.
poop, poop, poop. You continue to hear footfalls. They seem to be getting closer.
I mentioned we may have company, and I will back away from the door.
All right.
Um,
All right, can I ask a question real quick?
Mhm.
I was reading through my character sheet and it says I have tremor sense. Are we still trying to identify where this character is or are we just trying to figure out what it looks like or just introduce ourselves to it?
That's a question for the party, but let me just.
Well, he knows where it is, basically.
well,
right?
they're on right on the other side of this door, and to
Oh.
me, it sounded like they were coming to the door.
Okay. So I guess my question is this tremor sense ability I have is not necessarily something we need right now because we know where they're at.
Is it like an ability you have to activate, or is it?
It says a monster with tremor sense can detect and pinpoint the origin of vibrations within a specific radius, provided that the monster and the source of the vibrations are in contact with the same ground or substance.
Yeah, tremor sense is just like dark vision or blind sight. It's just an additional sense.
I feel like if you're within distance, you'd be able to feel these people. That'd be a
Okay.
question for the.
Well, it depends on if it's the same.
Oh, that's true.
That might have been brick down because we're on dirt. They might be on like brick,
No, we are in sand.
well, dirt, rocks, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys.
Friendly or I can't tell.
I mean, we're gonna.
But there are
find out.
Juror so they may not.
Well, we can at least talk to them. We can't talk to anything else. Behind it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
I will stealth.
All right. Make a self check.
Boards.
Right in front of the door. So.
Well, I backed away from the door, but yeah, 8.
But where were you?
8?
Stealth?
Oh, 8.
I was just like hoping to get behind into a corner or something.
All right. So Wilfred moves aside the door, ducks down. The ghost lantern is still on, but he just sort of sits down.
Yeah,
Tries to
There's one
hide.
thing so long.
Tries to hide. All right. Is anyone else hiding?
I'm just going to step up and open the door.
All right. So you hear step up and
I'm
open
not
the door
going in. I'm not going in. I'm opening the. Is it opening outward or inward?
outward.
Okay, so I'm opening it outward towards me, and I'm
Mhm.
going to step. It's like I'm opening the door, and I'm just going to step back
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not going in, just gonna let it happen. And
So you open the door, you don't see anyone in there.
I
And the
like raising
door
my hands just in
begins to
case.
start to close.
All right,
Unless you're holding it.
as the door starts to close, can I stealth in there?
Yep, you make a stealth check for me, Ugarth.
Okay.
That's your specialty.
21.
21. All right, so he sort of ducks inside, and I think everyone. I don't think any of the rest of the party sees him go in, right?
Definitely not.
Uh,
Not with pass. I can't roll a 21 on perception check.
my passive would
I
not
can
be
I
able
can
to.
roll 21 with a natural 20.
All right. Wilfred, what's your passive perception?
20.
20. All right. So he sort of ducks in. No one sees him go. And the door sort of begins to close. Ugarth, what are you doing once you're inside this little passageway?
I'm just kind of sneaking around along the walls of the corridor,
right.
and gaining you know, a view of what's going on and what these noises were, and just trying to like look around and
And
kind
so,
of like scout out the area.
so you see down sort of a side passageway, you hear a voice and say, "Third act, come this way. There's something down here." And then you hear sort of the follow footfalls, the pitter patter of footfalls. He sort of goes down the side passageway.
Wait, we
Um,
lost. No,
There was another person.
doing the head count.
You can still see me.
I know. Passive,
Massive.
passive perception. I can still see.
Well, friend.
Just
Ugarth, are you sneaking on?
I'm waiting for my team to recognize that I've snuck through the door and was hoping that they'd come along with me.
All right.
And then if I'm able to, I'll is the
I feel
door
like
complete? Is the door shut all the way right now?
If it only depends on if Ingvar held it open, so you'd have to hold it open in order to.
I feel like if he just opened the door and he literally just snuck in, I feel like you would be able to see him. But
it's all about the face.
I mean, I'm pretty short known. I don't know how tall this guy
He
is.
ducked in as Ingvar was sort of looking by, and then Ingvar
Yeah.
turned away as he sort of stuck down the hallway.
well, you see
And-
anything?
I don't know what, there was just kind of a little room in there when I saw it. Not too much. Looks like we lost Ugarth here.
Well,
Oh man, maybe he ran in there.
Maybe he's
He's a shifty one.
so what if we get out of whatever this thing in the water is at our back? Because
I'm down to go in.
we've been attacked by water things before. All right, I'll walk in.
Yep.
Yeah.
It feels much better idea to have a door between us and
Lots of other things.
everything else that we know of in existence.
You never know. Really, this family may pop out of this drainage pond in the Underdark and come get you guys.
Pocket and
I very may have some family that lives over here.
no, you can take her now. Just take her. this point.
So you guys move down the hallway. So you guys sort of pass this passageway. You hear sort of voices being like, "Hey, do you have a did you see this pipe here is broken? You have a sort of a gnomish wrench?" And they go, "No, Thordak, I don't have a gnomish wrench." You hear some curses in Undercommon.
Is this a one-way passageway when you're in this little place here, or
So
is there?
it's a large passageway with a lot of branching. So it's like one main passageway and then a lot of side branching passageways that go out to the different culverts, the massive cisterns.
But there's a main passageway that looks
There
like
is,
it's kind
yeah.
of.
And at the end of the passageway, there's some stairs that lead upward.
They need to send a form to their Department of Government. Fix that pipe.
It's gonna take 4 to 6 weeks.
And that's only for them to send someone out to look at it.
Yeah,
But
that's
fortunately, the bureaucracy under HR and the Mind Flayers, like the time and paperwork, it's just been really reduced under this administration.
They just destroy the paperwork. That's what they do.
Don't need to pay overtime if they're under your mind control.
Yeah, when you're under mind control, you just tell them to do it.
Yeah.
What about unions?
Yeah, I guess we'll go.
All right.
I guess I'll.
So you guys sneaking by? You guys sneaking down the tunnel?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and sneak down the tunnel.
All right.
I will, like, how close are we to these people that we can hear?
They're probably between 50 and 100 feet down the passageway to your right.
Can I see them?
Not with the light you have.
Yeah, I only have a
Right.
maximum of 30 feet of light.
And
At the moment.
we have 60 foot.
But, and I will say that at the end of the passageway near the tunnel there are lights there. Sort of the end of the passageway, but most of the passageway leading from where you are to the main to the stairwell is unlit. There are lights at the very end of the tunnel.
You
Is
said
this a-
there's you said there's a bunch of different passageways.
Yep. Branching to the right and to the left.
Is there enough light that I can see the people, or
No.
no?
You can hear voices speaking in a language you don't understand from one of the passageways to your right.
Is this a passageway modern with like built-in lighting, or is it all like flames on the wall? Like,
So yeah,
like,
so
can I look for like a switch on the side of the wall, or is it like old dungeon?
yeah, there is no switch on the side of the wall here to turn on the lights.
No, that's just the at the moment.
They have the clap.
They have the what?
A clap.
Okay.
on.
Can I do a perception check for a clap on light?
Yeah, make a perception check for a clap on light.
12.
12. You don't see any clap on lights, but
Just clap really loudly and see if anything happens.
yeah.
See, Gerthang's not too smart, so he saw a magician once, and their trick was like clapping to cut a torch on, but they were just casting like flame or something like that.
Mhm. So he's gonna clap really loudly.
No.
All right. So whoever's trying to be stealthy, make stealth checks.
I'm trying to sneak down the end of the tunnel.
Well, I guess I will follow as well. Trying to be stealthy.
Aurelia rolled a 22,
We could try to like sneak into one of these side rooms and like wait it out there.
and Morgana rolled a 24. So what, Aimfor, what'd you roll?
12.
12. All right. So you see Aurelia and Morgana just sort of ghost down the hallway, and they sort of appear at the end of the hallway, and sort of this pool of like, what? Whereas Aimfor sort of like moves down, he sort of kicks something, stubs his toe, keeps going down. Wilfred, what'd you roll?
18.
18. All right. So Wilfred moves down the hallway as well. Gerthang, Carrick, Ugarth, you guys trying to be stealthy?
I would actually like to move toward the voices
All right.
and just call out, and just in common, because that's the only language I know.
Mhm.
Hey, you down there!
Hey, what?
I've lost my light. Could you give me a hand?
So you see all of a sudden you see this like this sort of this poof of like a torch that is being lit, and you hear it striking a flint and steel, and then you see a torch being lit. You see this sort of this ragged, sort of dirty looking Duragar face sort of in the torchlight beyond. Starts moving towards you.
That's much better. Thank you. We were.
What
sent
are
up-
you?
I'm just a human. We happened to be down here around when Atar and his folks took over, and well, you know how it goes with them. They sent us down here to. It seemed like there were some monsters in the big pond down there, and some of the tunnels. They sent us down here to take care of them, but so many tunnels down here, I get turned around. Like I said, I lost my light. Would you be able to help us find our way back out?
Make a deception check.
18.
18.
Hmm.
I thought we were supposed to do that.
Yeah,
well-
I think he sent a couple teams because seems like there's been a big problem with them lately.
Oh, that's well, the passageway out, it's sort of at the end of the hallway and up the stairs, and you're gonna take a left, then you're gonna go down to the end, and there's sort of like a sort of a blue door. You're gonna take the blue door, and then that should lead you more into the more the city sort of ways of Golgothir.
Up the stairs, left, blue door, Golgothir.
Yeah, but yeah, that's right.
Good enough for me. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And I'll start heading that way.
All right.
Do they leave him alone? Or
Yeah, man, bother him.
We're all hidden as far
Yeah.
as we know.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
So Carrick, you come back, and everyone else sort of at the end of the passageway. Unless Ugarth and Girth think you guys want to do something different.
I don't see why I would split at this point.
All right. So you
I'm
guys,
sticking with Carrick. He seems pretty straight shooter.
all right. So you guys sort of move to the end. There's door at the end of the hallway, sort of the stairwell, and so you climb up this. You guys going up the stairwell? There's sort of a stairwell there.
Yeah, go up the stair, look for a blue
Alright.
door.
So it winds around a couple times, and then you can sort of come to the top. There's sort of another hallway. This one's better. It's not like as sort of grimy and gross as the one you guys were just down in, and a little bit better. There are torches on the walls. It's well lit.
I will, if there's torches, I will take off or turn off my lantern.
All right.
Well, I guess should we find a place to lay down before we really continue further?
Please, yes.
Also, a quick question. When
Mhm.
we, I imagine without being able to see the sun, passage of time is kind of funny down here.
Yep.
So we don't really know if it's been a whole night, or like when we left the manor, was
Mhm.
it morning or nighttime? It was morning, right?
Yeah, we woke up.
Yeah, it was very early morning.
Do we have an idea of how long it's?
With his 6 intelligence, took the keen mind feat.
He knows like 3 things, but he never forgets them.
I know 3 things. One of them is the time of day at all times.
All right. Okay, so what you guys doing is you guys arrive at the top of the sort of the stone stairwell.
Do we see the blue door?
No, you guys arrive at the top of the stone stairwell, and there's a bunch of doors.
Can I start analyzing for the blue door? Do I roll
Make a
something
perception
for the-
check.
Perception check. All right, and
I said to
14.
go, said it
14.
was on the left, I think.
Yeah, so as you look down, you see what looks like it might be a blue door a ways down towards the left as you sort of look around.
He said it was on the left, so I'd probably be the first one to check out.
Actually, Carrick, make an intelligence check.
2.
2. Yeah, you don't remember it's on the left.
I mean,
Let's go this way.
I said it, like I told everyone where we were going before we
I mean, Ugarth heard it, but yeah.
I heard it. Can I, since I said let's go with Carrick,
Mhm.
I guess Carrick is a little tired from being so, animated with his maw or whatever he was hitting the door with.
he's just dumb.
Okay. Okay. So then I say after Carrick kind of forgets what's happening, I say, no, Carrick at first said it was on the left.
Right.
Ugarth is saying, yeah, there's one down here on the left, and Carrick said,
No, I think he said it was on the right.
So
and
it said, as you
Ugarth's
guys
gotta
sort of,
correct me.
And I look at
No,
Carrick. Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I've
correct,
been
Carrick.
here much longer. I don't think he would lie to us.
Also,
Yeah,
I think
he seemed like a nice
That's true.
individual.
he literally lied to get the information through.
But not to us.
Not to us, you're right.
Open that door.
all right, so you guys head
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
And so you open the door and you sort of smell like the sights and the sound of the city sort of wash over you. And you sort of open this door. And you're sort of like in this sort of this back alleyway. You sort of open this door. It's sort of like, and you see some faces and some features pass. And you see the Duragar. You see sort of the sort of deformed elf sort of drow like figures. You see some deep gnomes walking the streets. You see some of the troglodytes like Quetzalcoatl. You even see one from Orion.
So they're a lot
Morgana,
more
where's this,
monstrous.
What?
Morgana, you know where you are here, Morgana?
Yeah, so I think we are in sort of one of the lower sort of parts of Golgothir. Obviously, the main sort of the palace where the Andragora used to live and where the barracks is and where Galen's house is. That's sort of in sort of the center city, and this is sort of a side sort of district.
How far from here to where we need to go?
Maybe 30-40 minutes.
Do you know if there's
Okay.
anywhere that would be able to shelter us for just at least an hour or so?
Maybe
Is there like
8 hours?
a bar around here? At least we could sit down at, or a tavern or something.
We're around a number of people, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not super busy, but enough.
Yeah.
Well, so
Can we-
what it is sort of there's you're sort of in an alleyway, and sort of out in the alleyway there are people going through back and forth in the main sort of street. There's no one in this alleyway with you right now.
Riley, put those back. We're not coloring.
We go back and find a room in there and
Or we could
Yeah,
just go
yeah.
ask somebody where next tavern place is. We can ask for the time, and we can ask for a tavern.
Yeah.
time's kind of weird. Yeah, but
Well, everyone's moving around. So.
yeah, so it's like during
I mean,
late day, would be my guess.
you don't want to go up there and ask where's the nearest tavern when it's 8 a.m. because then they think, you
Yeah,
know.
put it on the plate.
Also, if it's like lunchtime, you don't want to be like, hey, what's the time? Maybe. I don't know.
We just need to find somewhere to sit down.
Yeah, we need a place we can just kind of rest for a little bit,
All right.
and then we can go.
Do you see an
Go to the
old sort of ratted sign in this sort of this alleyway that says like the bearded lady on it?
I'm gonna walk down to the end of the alleyway and look at where that sign is and see if there's there's a door and if it looks like it's actually populated in there, if there is.
All right, so you look in. There's sort of this small sort of hole in the. It's a hole in the wall sort of establishment. So you go up to it, sort of open the door. You look in. It's mostly empty.
Tables in there and
Oh yeah, there's sort of some table, a handful of tables. Yeah.
gotcha. I'm gonna walk back to the end of the alleyway and say, guys, come on. There's a little place we can sit down here.
All right.
Cool. I'll put down my hood,
All right.
so I'm
So,
not wearing it anymore.
Yeah.
all right. So you guys move down and lead to the Bearded Lady Tavern. These guys enter in. "Hey, welcome to the Bearded Lady."
Thank you.
Perception check. Are they bearded and is it a lady?
Oh yeah, make a perception check.
That's a 10.
A 10. So as you sort of look around,
No.
you see one person working the bar, and it's a female troglodyte with no beard.
I'm
Not
gonna,
even a
I'm gonna walk up and just say, we're just here to sit down, and if you have anything to eat, just any small snack or anything, I'd like an ale and get an ale for my whole party here, and I'm gonna just hand her 10 gold total and say,
All right.
no one knows we're here.
Understood. Jar takes the gold, comes back. You guys, and she gives you sort of like this fizzy, sort of like something, and it smells like gasoline. She sort of hands it to each of you. Aurelia sort of sniffs it and makes a pouting face.
smells strong.
Mostly just for the guys, and if anybody wants to drink it, they can. Just mostly just for the guys here. And I'm
Don't
gonna.
be so shy.
I'll gulp it down.
All right. All right. So character just goes, you know, sort of
Like the guys, and like this guise of
What
like,
is it? What does it taste like?
It tastes like it's sort of a numbing taste and sort of like has this sort of like this but it's also spicy. So as you sort of drink it, sort of like your tongue gets spicy. But then it's like drinking a really hot sort of. It's got this sort of this vodka and jalapeno sort of vibe to it. And so your taste
Kind of
buds.
kind of a fizzy Bloody Mary.
Maybe I would say it's more it's more sort of spicy than that. But yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Pretty good.
So if somebody
I like
mix, somebody mix Perrier and Tabasco sauce together.
Yeah.
Alcoholic, let it ferment.
We'll take a
I
short
think
rest here.
I think that's just the jar of Tabasco that they left in the back and got fermented.
I am completely
Right.
down for a short rest, but
I'm gonna just, we're gonna sit here for an hour so we can at least take a short rest.
All right.
We'll wait off.
As we do,
Ooh, nice one.
as we discuss what to do next.
Do we roll for the hour rest or does it
Yeah.
heal
So
us?
you can use your hit die
Okay.
to recover HP if you want.
Do you know how your hit dice work?
I do not. Are we talking about like attack hit die or?
Hit dice
There's
is
your
your hit
hit-
points dice.
What
Rogue
you use
is,
to roll hit points.
you know what a rogue hit die is?
Me or
Does
him?
it say on D&D Beyond?
It should
If
say on
you're-
D&D Beyond. If you click
There it
on
is,
short
yeah.
rest, yeah.
Oh, I see. I can click on short rest.
So basically you have 7 hit die because you're 7 hit dice because you're level 7.
Gotcha.
That's what-
So you can roll up to 7 of whatever your hit dice is.
Yeah, this is 1d8 plus 2.
Yep.
So it's
So-
it's
Plus your
it's that-
constitution.
yeah, it's a constitution. So you know you roll one time, and if you feel like you've gotten enough HP back, then you can stop rolling. But then you have to subtract however many hit dice you used.
From my HP.
No,
No, from your
you
total hit die.
expend your hit dice.
They half recover on a long rest.
So if you use
Oh, I see.
use 3 of
Okay.
them, then you only have 4 left.
Okay.
And
Let me try to-
you regain half. I think Nathan just said on a long rest.
That's correct.
right.
So, okay, let me try this.
Oh, is that what I thought? It was half of the ones you used.
No.
It's half of your level.
We'll gain 3 back on the long rest. Because it's, or do they round up? I imagine.
It's
Everything's round down, isn't it?
usually everything's rounded down.
But the good things are round up, right?
Yeah, they do.
I feel like it usually rounds in the player's favor.
Yeah, that's correct.
Look at that. I rolled 3 8s. Fine. I didn't like a 3 and 1. So
Nice, 2 9s in a row.
So
And a 6.
So
Yeah.
let me. So I roll a 1d8 plus a
Mhm.
2, and that's the HP that I add to myself.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
you can
Okay.
roll as many as you want individually.
Right.
The way
Okay.
it says it, you can choose to roll more after you roll 1, like if you want to.
But
Mhm.
no more than 7.
You
So
don't
I
have
should-
to. You can roll 3.
Should I roll 2 at the same time and then add 2?
No, if you're gonna
What?
roll 2 at the same time, add 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I meant. Add 4. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Boom. Healing up. I like it.
Good old
Nice.
healing damage.
It's max HP benefits.
Morgana's gonna use Toll the Dead on you guys.
What?
No, I'm joking.
Rather see to kill us, I know.
Ooh, what that does. It says more damage.
Morgana downs hers as well. Well, Aurelia sort of sits there and doesn't.
That makes sense. It's really hard to drink alcohol underwater, so.
And back up to full health.
Nice.
I used 6 out of my 7 dice.
Dang.
I rolled like 3s and 4s.
Also,
I see that Morgana seems pretty familiar with the drink, and I'll just ask her,
What do y'all call these down here?
these are called a goblin's how was it? This is called goblin's blood.
Oh yeah, let me tell you what. Growing up, these are the best things ever.
Well, what all goes in it?
Some I don't know everything that goes into it, but there's
Yeah.
I think that gives you makes you feel a little bit more charismatic after drinking them.
Really?
Mm.
I mean, I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, they're used as a sort of a lubricant for social interactions.
Is it reminiscent of Goblin's Blood? Do you know? Or is it? Does anyone here know? Or
You know, probably in one of my rages, I have probably actually tasted Goblin's blood.
Oh,
whether intentionally or
I don't know.
unintentionally.
I've never tasted. Make a history check or thing.
More than likely unintentionally.
history check?
Yep.
I was a bit of goblin.
A natural 17 for 17.
Okay. So you know that this is not reminiscent of Goblin's blood. It was just sort of named after it.
Doesn't taste like iron.
Doesn't taste like Goblin's Blood.
And you know this.
History.
You know this
Um,
from the history of Golgothir. That you know that you sort of look over and you see sort of a poster on the wall, or you read the menu and stuff like that.
Apparently, it tells you what Goblin's Blood tastes like right there.
Right, but yeah.
So we're in this like bar.
Mhm.
Are we more or less the only ones in it right now?
There are some other Durgar sitting around drinking, sort of keeping themselves.
Hmm.
You sort of see sort of a shifty-looking gnome. No, not Ugarth. Another shifty-looking gnome. Or sitting at a table alone, sort of fidgeting.
during this short rest, because I just realized we haven't had a short rest since I found it, I will try to find a sort of even more out of the way corner in the bar,
Mm-hmm.
as out of view of the bar itself as possible,
All right.
and examine this gold circlet that I found.
All right. Make a con check with advantage.
Okay. 12.
12. So as you look at it, sort of fiddle with it, you realize that this is a circlet of blasting. It will allow anyone who is attuned to it to cast the Scorching Ray spell.
You only get 3 hit like
Huh.
No. Oh, back. On the wrong list.
I discovered this when I accidentally burned the bar down.
Yeah, so you're sort of fiddling with it, and all of a sudden there's like ray strikes the wall, and there's this like little wisp of smoke that comes up.
I will Druidcraft it away.
Right? So you Druidcraft the burned marker that this character's made away on the wall.
Well, since we're here,
I've had many dealings with burning down buildings, and I don't want to be in one when it's going up.
This bar is on fire.
Nope, he started the fire.
Ugarth, we're in to, I guess, help out a mutual friend here. That is not necessarily above the bar as far as the current administration. But I don't know what your plans were once we got here. We're kind of on the outskirts of town, it looks like.
Yeah, you're talking to me, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still looking to find out, I forget his name, but there was a a great grandfather of mine who's been running the family clan of thieves, and he's done us all wrong. And he was north of the city last I heard.
What
So
happened?
there was a deal gone bad, and it left majority of my cousins without their gold, and from what we understand, a great grandfather of ours has got the gold in a vault somewhere back north of the city.
It didn't happen to be Strotskin, did it? Or whatever the guy's name was.
Strothgan?
I'll play the name not super loud. The guy, your uncle.
No, I'm sorry. Say that again. What was the guy's name? No, well, I don't think that was his name, but it sounded very similar. So I wonder if it was like a pseudonym for him.
Just, we were going to help this guy, but you weren't going to help this guy. You were trying to revenge this guy.
We're trying to find someone that can help us create, I guess, some sort of artifact or something.
Amulets.
Amulets.
Morgana sort of pulls down and she shows her sort of little it's her necklace that has the shard on it.
Can I do a check to see if anyone is just listening in on us?
Make
I
a
don't think
perception
we
check.
would be followed, but just wanted to make sure. Natural 19 for 24.
All right. So as you listen, you sort of look around, you realize that this sort of shifty-looking gnome in the corner is paying you guys special attention. He sort of he looks like he's sort of keeping his own business, but he's sort of keeping a watchful eye on you guys.
May need to stay clear of our current conversations.
Yeah, well, we can talk about it later.
Yeah.
We need to know where we're going, guys.
But we do need to know what we're doing next.
Yeah, we can't just sit in this bar.
Our plan, or we kind of had this think on the run, and our plan got us here, and now we got.
Morgana, do you know where this place is? Where this guy is?
Strothgan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So Strothgan is imprisoned in sort of the
Could he lead us there?
I mean,
the
from
barracks
here.
where you guys were sort of the what's the word, the keep, which is
Yeah.
sort of the combined barracks and jail, and sort of the main sector of Golgothir. I could probably lead you guys there, but
Probably be good.
it's a little bit risky.
Well,
Speaking of risk,
I think being here is risky. I knew that when we came here.
I mean,
I think it's just what we're doing naturally.
Unless we have other ideas, we'll probably need. Ugarth was pretty good with the lock pick back there. It might be something we need. I'm not.
Can we disguise ourselves or anything? I mean, I can change my appearance, but
Slightly. I can alter myself slightly.
Not really my skill set.
I'm kind of limited in my the way I look.
We don't have
Unless I can wear something else.
much ability to cast invisibility either at this point either.
Yeah, and imagine.
Does my cloak have two colorations on it? Is it outside is one color and inside's another color?
yeah. So outside is sort of a dark greenish sort of color, sort of a forest green. On the inside is sort of a stony gray.
I may have something to help limit, but not
It's
really.
just a completely different Hawaiian pattern.
What was that?
It's just a different Hawaiian pattern.
Instead of being
Yeah.
pink and yellow, instead it's purple and yellow.
Only person to wear Hawaiian pattern is me in this city.
Not even
I mean,
Morgana,
those-
strangely
I
enough.
mean, because those are like official vestments of your
Goddess.
Well, the cloak
priesthood,
is
yeah.
a cloak of Elven kind.
Yeah.
It's not specifically my clerical.
Garb.
the
Yep.
for the circlet of blasting, what would be my spell modifier?
+5.
Oh, it's just not like a particular ability. It's just a.
No, it
Oh, I
says.
see. There's actually a circlet of blast. It's actually an item on D&D Beyond. Cool. Attack should nice.
What do barbarians use for their spell modifier?
Barbarians.
Fighters.
Fighters.
Well,
Yeah, well, this one just says you do so. Oh, excuse me. When you make the spell's attacks, you do so with an attack bonus of +5.
Oh, nice.
just
That's
plus 5.
that's just a to hit bonus, not a damage bonus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think Scorching Gray.
Scorching
is just
Ray.
2D.
Beams
Yeah.
2d6 each.
Yeah, you don't add anything to it.
And you can't cast it at a higher level. You can only
Yeah,
cast
of
it.
course, of You can only do it once per day. Oh, cool. I assume that I don't have time to attune to it now since I took the hour to figure it out.
Figure it out.
If you want to stay another hour, you can, but you'll need another hour to attune to it.
Yeah, figured.
So one
Alright.
option, if we want to have a night's rest before we try and break into the keep, we could go to Galen's house. Obviously, Galen is not there, but it is a place to rest that may be out of the way.
Yeah.
That wasn't too far away from
The keep.
the keep, I believe.
He was the head guard.
Yeah, it might give us a little bit more privacy to discuss what's next too.
Let's lead the way there, Morgana.
So how are you guys trying? So she begins to all right, so I can give you guys directions, but
Are you not coming with us?
well, we need a way to avoid detection. We can't just move through the streets of the city. They're gonna find out.
You guys want to 2 by 2?
I think he's saying something else, right? Like they'll just find out because we're wanted here, or they
Well, I
have
mean,
ways.
you guys are gonna stand out, and you said you encountered a mind flayer on the way down, on the way in. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if one of them has seen you, I'm sure that a dragonborn, a halfling, a purple tiefling, and a human are gonna stand out, and whatever you are. She points to Aurelia. I mean, Ugroth, you can probably fit in pretty well here and don't have to worry too much. But
Do I even have anything?
I mean, we would need to split up so we're not as conspicuous. And I guess I don't know other way. I mean, we can't have me and Aurelia together, or me and Gerthang. We need to be kind of pairs of.
Well, I still got some of the silk I bought.
Yeah.
We could cut them into masks, facial covers.
also prevent COVID.
Yeah. Over protection, and you're just looking at this. But I imagine like looking around, like everyone here type looks a little sketchy.
Yeah, I mean,
everyone-
especially right in this sector. Yeah, everyone looks
Yeah.
real sketch.
Was there like a common thing among them besides they just look sketchy?
I mean,
Anything
so what you're seeing is you're seeing a lot of Durgar, some Drow, not a lot of Drow. You're seeing these monstrous or like weird Drow. There are Fomorians that sort of wander to and fro. Probably they're troglodytes. You see the occasional mind flayer. There are a fair number of deep gnomes as well.
Well, this might be really culturally insensitive, but if they sell like octopus here or something, we could all like. There's some restaurants that sell octopus. Yeah.
Just put an octopi on your head.
And put the head in your mouth and hold it there.
Oh, God.
Oh, the circlet doesn't even require attunement. I just have to wear it.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just going to wear the circlet.
All right. Sorry, I lied to you. I'm sorry.
No, I
Garrett.
just assumed it required attunement. I don't think you said
I
it.
know I said that, I think.
Can I get an impression on this sketchy gnome that's been listening in on us?
Make an insight check.
That's a 4 for a 12.
12. So he sort of looks away. He sort of try and stare. Can't really get a good gaze on what his face looks like or his behavior. Just stare.
Sorry, I get that he's listening in.
What? Yeah, I mean, so you do know that he's paying special attention. It does seem like he's trying to listen in, but that's about it with that low of an insight check.
Well, I don't know how I can hide myself. I mean,
we could try going through the different back alleyways, or maybe the cisterns lead.
What about those cisterns that we were just in?
I'm unfamiliar with the sort of the sewage system, or the water system of Golgothir, but it's possible they could lead to underneath the city and keep us out of sight.
And when we were down there, it was just a bunch of doors at that one point.
There weren't doors. They were just
there were
passageways that led to the. So basically, you had these giant sort of tubes, running in, and it's sort of this, and they were all sort of dumping water into this one retention pond. And then when you went into that passageway, there were sort of like alleyways or like little hallways going to the culverts on either side at different points, and some leading to the other culverts.
Well, all rivers lead to the ocean. Maybe we could.
We don't want to go to the ocean. Not down there.
And maybe it could take us inwards.
But you just said all roads lead to the ocean.
All rivers. But yeah.
But if we
go the opposite way, we'll be going upstream.
We would hope. I mean, this is we need to figure out something, because this is either way is going to be risky. There's no such thing as no risk involved in our lives anymore. I'm like I said, I think the only way we can make it to Galen's house is just, we would have to split up 2 by 2 and take alleyways as best we can. But yeah, we could try the cisterns, but also we've been down in those caverns and caves and underneath Golgothir.
Who is the least stealthiest of the group in terms of going like 2 by? Who is the least stealthiest in terms of going 2 by 2?
I have a good stealth modifier, but I also have disadvantage because of my heavy armor.
Gotcha.
Not necessarily about. I wouldn't say. Stealth is a good thing, but more like we're just trying to like not stand out bigly. If we had travel as a group, yeah, that's. But
yeah,
that's what it is.
So I should probably put away our banner that I have.
Oh, you have that out? Yeah. So then it was me and Carrot traveling together, and then Girthing and
Especially a Girthing, a dragonborn and a halfling bird.
Well, yeah, they don't even know that Ugarth is traveling with us.
Yeah.
He's pretty
You
good.
could just look like a bodyguard to some. If you were just by yourself, you could just with one other person. You could just be Morgana's bodyguard.
It's true.
I mean, we could easily make this
I could
trek.
paint Tiamat symbol on something.
I am going to
Tiamat.
walk.
I mean, that's what those one people were doing. That's what
Yeah.
Wushia was dealing with.
Wuxia.
Wushia.
Wuxia.
Whoosh. Yeah.
Was that Morgana that said that?
Yeah.
As this deliberation on what to do carries on,
Mm-hmm.
we're still in the bar, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna walk up to the barkeep
Mm-hmm.
and get 2 of those goblins' bloods.
All right. So this sort of this tall, sort of fuller figured troglodyte turns to you. She has sort of a lazy eye. She looks at you. Yes.
I gotta get 2 of those goblins' bloods.
Yep. So she gets pouring the goblin's blood. And she like pulls out like this like one jar that has like a frog in it. Begins pouring it in. There's like begins like, pulling something. And pour some clear liquid in there, and then pulls out sort of like this purplish potion, and then drops in and sort of like this little puff of smoke appears from it, and then she sort of slides over to you. Here you go.
All right.
That'll be 2 gold.
I'll toss her 2 gold,
All right, takes it.
and I will walk over to the table with the shifty-looking goblin.
Super looking
and
gnome,
just-
you mean?
No, that's what I meant. Yeah, sorry, gnome. And just sit down across from him.
All right.
Put one cup in front of him. Just put the other down. Just sit
So
down.
when you sit down, he sort of like jumps. He sort of looks at you.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
You,
Who are you?
I kind of came over to ask the same thing. You seem to be pretty interested in us.
Well, you're a diversity photo in a group, so
Yeah,
I should
yeah,
be
we are that.
I should be interested in someone like you.
Yeah, yeah. You seem like the kind of guy that might just be able to help us out.
How so?
Well, we're trying to get across town, but we don't really know our way, and big crazy group of people don't want to draw too much attention from people like you. I think you probably know the city pretty well.
What are you implying?
Maybe you help us out. Maybe we help you out a little.
And I'll slide 10 gold across the table.
Sort of looks at it. Is to fiddle with something underneath his cloak.
Can I get an eye on what he's doing?
Make a perception check.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. All right. So you look and you see that he is rubbing some sort of sort of magical like thing that he has sort of on his hip. It's sort of like a amulet. It's got sort of like an image of an image of sort of a something that you don't. So it's sort of like a skull almost. It's sort of like a skull, but it has like all these sort of coils on it. It's sort of it's not so it's got all this sort of like but it's got all the like something like snake for hair. So it's got a skull. He's sort of rubbing it, and it sort of begins to light up, sort of subtly as he sort of rubs it.
Heavy metal.
I would like to grab his arm.
All right. You grab his arm.
Yeah. With the intent of stopping him from whatever he's doing.
It's still lighting up slowly, or like subtly.
What you got going on there?
I'm not going to tell you.
Well, we can make this difficult if you want to.
And I
Anyone this-
will, uh,
I am listening.
I will billow the cloak of billowing.
All right, make an intimidation check with advantage.
I am listening in to this conversation. I can.
That's great. Intimidation is +5, I think. Yeah, so 13.
13. All right, so he sort of like looks back. He sort of like twists his arm. He grabs your arm, and then he sort of looks at you.
I'd like to reach for the amulet that he's got.
All right, let's make a. What would that be? Make a contested dexterity check.
Dexterity, that's not my strong suit.
Come on.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Natural 20.
All right, he rolled an 8. So you sort of you grab it from him, you sort of like pull it away from him.
I think
You
I'll
hold
be,
it.
think I'll be holding on to this.
Is it continuing to light up?
Yep.
That's all.
Huh. Anyone here know how to tell me what this is? Will, you know how to?
You're just
check
asking
this out?
You're asking us.
Yeah.
No, I don't really know what that is.
You got any magic that can tell you
No,
nothing?
no.
Forgot? Is it familiar?
Let me look. So
Sure.
you're tossed to her. So she needs to look at it. No, I don't have anything to. Sorry, I'm looking at. So she will cast detect magic on this. She'll say, "I don't know what this is precisely, but I do know that this is magical."
Well, I figured that much. Well, whatever it is, that I think we've got it now.
I think it was that guy's over there
Rob Black Friday.
in a bar around, surrounded by other people,
A few other people.
a few others.
Yeah, we need to figure out something now.
I
Well,
Ghost.
I realized that I can cast darkness within a 15-foot sphere.
I as well can cast that, but I am trying to still figure out how to.
Yeah, I think we should figure out how to get out.
I just don't know, but can you see through that darkness when you cast it? Typically, dark vision doesn't work through that.
Yeah,
Matt.
yeah, creature with dark vision can't see through it. Yeah.
That's why I haven't cast it on myself sometimes.
Well, we got this guy here now that we do something with.
Guess we can't just sit
Can I-
here.
Just from talking to him and having also talked to Horgroth,
Okay.
who was under the thrall of the mind flayers, can I
Make an
get a
insight check.
sense of whether he is a thrall of the mind flayers? Not as great. 11.
11. It's possible. You don't know.
Don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
well, you enjoy the drink. And thanks for the trinket.
He like, yeah. He sort of sits there and glares at you.
Guys, we need to leave this place.
Yeah, I leave.
Where do we need to go? Can you give
we
us
should
directions?
play it here.
So
Can you-
if you guys lead the beard lady on the right is sort of the main, like a more or less main road of some kind. And the left is back sort of the way you came.
Did the alleyway we came have another side to it, another exit, or is it like a dead end alleyway?
The one, well, which one?
The one we came from.
So the one that you came out of the tunnels from, or the one that
From the blue door.
from the
No,
blue?
like we were in the tunnel, like out of the tunnel, up on the street for the first time, that alleyway prior to the lady. to
Yeah,
the-
so
the
so
tavern.
so the alley with the beard lady is basically a dead end. At the end is sort of like this maintenance door.
You guys, 2 by 2, or what do we want to do? We need to either decide now. We
Well,
need to go back.
We
to the
also need to
tunnel.
figure out how which direction we're going, because if we
Morgana
all
can-
just split.
Morgana can tell us. She said she's going to give us directions.
Yeah, I can tell you guys. Yeah.
I think we need to move is the important thing.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
We
She-
can't
she-
split before-
So she sort of gets up and you guys begin moving through the door, leaving the bearded lady.
Yeah, into the alleyway so she can give us
Alright.
directions.
All right. So we,
Cast an eye back at the gnome and see if he starts to make any move as we leave.
he sort of sits there and glares at you guys. All right. So also who has that amulet that you took from him? You still have it, Carrick? All right. All right. So let's go. Ugar, if you're inconspicuous, you go with someone who's more conspicuous, like Angor, or you can go with Carrick, yeah. Girthing or Wilfred, why don't you and I go together? Maybe with Girthing or with Aurelia. Angor, you can go alone, maybe.
I can make that.
All right.
And I'm going to, as we're in the alleyway as well, I'm going to mention to Carrick, it's still door, drop it into the fire from whence it came. No, I'm going to tell him to throw the amulet down the place where we came up from, because we don't know what it does. And it seemed like that was a very shifty gnome, and this could easily be a tracking device, and they might know our location with this amulet. Carrick, I think I think we need to toss this.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I'll toss it.
All right. So you toss down the alleyway and sort of bounces and sort of lights up with this gentle pulsing light at the end of the tunnel.
It's in
at
the
the end of the
game.
alleyway. Right. All right, so I'll go first. Wilfred, do you want to come with me?
I'll go with you, Aurelia or Girthing. Do you want to come? One of you two. All right, or Girthing and Aurelia together. So
Maybe since Aurelia can only talk to Angvor, we put Angvor and Aurelia together.
We could do that.
Yeah, because we can't communicate.
All right.
And
Let's
I'm
go,
gonna-
Wilfred.
And as we're going, as
I
they're
will cast guidance on myself.
as everybody's leaving and we're kind of in the alleyway talking, I'm digging in my disguise kit that I also have.
Mhm.
And I mean, I'm wearing full length clothes and robes, so most of my features don't show. Put my hood up, and I'm gonna also disguise my face and try and make it less colorful, more natural, darker, I guess, because we're down in the deep, make it like a darker color.
All right.
So I'm just trying to disguise myself and, put the hood up so I can be as inconspicuous as possible.
So Aurelia will pull out sort of a dark cloak that sort of basically covers her entire form and hides her, obscures her features and covers her sort of blue skin.
I'm reversing my cloak so it's a stone gray.
All right.
Great. They'll never know it's you.
Yep. Hey, it's a different color.
All right. And so we'll have Morgana and Wilfred. Are we trying to be stealthy? Is that the plan?
The street at least.
All right. Let's make some stealth checks then.
All right. Stealth check. And I have guidance for myself.
All right.
That's a natural 19 for a 20.
All right, sure. Well, 16. So you see them sort of move off, and they sort of quickly get swallowed by the crowd and move off into sort of the moving crowd. Who's up next?
I mean, me and Aurelia can go.
All right. So stealth checks.
Do I get an advantage being disguised as much as I am?
Nope.
Yeah.
Really rolled a 10.
12.
12. Okay. All right. So you guys move in, and you guys can track Aurelia and Angvor a lot better than you could track Morgana and Wilfred. Once they got into the crowd, Wilfred's so short that he blended in, and Morgana looks somewhat like the other people. Who's going alone? Is Girthing going alone?
I can. We could also do 3 on the last because it's just like
Yeah.
there's other humans around here, right? And then
There are other humans, but they look very different than Carrick. They look sort of you would roll a history check.
that's an 8.
8.
No, wait,
Okay.
wait. It's a 9. 10.
A 10.
Plus 1. So it's a 10.
Okay. All right. I will say that. Oh gosh. From the last time you went through here, you know that humans down here tend to be slaves.
Okay.
As most of the races down here have slaves, and so humans brought down to the Underdark tend to be captured from some of the different human civilizations.
Well, Carrick, you could carry all our stuff for us. You might blend in a little bit more like that. All right.
He's on fire.
All right.
We're just making our way to Kalen's house as best
All
we
right.
can.
Ugarth, Girthing, Carrick, have some stealth checks for me, you guys.
Yep.
Oh my.
42. Oh, honestly. 18.
18. Nice. All right. Girthing, what'd you roll?
It was wavering on a 19 and then went to a natural 1.
Oh, all right. So Carrick,
That's
so
a 3
Girthing
total.
sort of just plows through the crowd, trying to find my attention to him as Ugarth sort of trails in his wake. Carrick, what'd you roll?
It was a natural 13, and then I had to roll again for disadvantage, and it was a 3. So 8.
8. Okay, so the last group is the most conspicuous as Morgana and Wilfred move through relatively naturally. Aurelia and Angvor is less more conspicuous, and then the last 3 of you are making a little bit of a scene as you sort of move through the crowd.
Like, and then Carrick, Derek. Not Carrick, but Derek. We're using those names. Derek, Girthing, and Mark.
Fubarf. Right, and so Morgana sort of like, hey, Wilfred, let's take this alleyway. She sort of ducks in to this alleyway. Angvor, I want you and Aurelia to make a perception check. 18 for Aurelia. Okay, so Angvor continues to sort of move through the main crowd, and Aurelia sort of grabs his arm and sort of points at Morgana and Wilfred and sort of steers you guys in the right way. Girthing, Carrick, and Fubarf or Ugarth, can you make perception checks as Aurelia sort of pulls Angvor into this alleyway?
Yeah.
Is a 6.
You said perception check? I did the
Perception
wrong
check, yeah.
one. 13.
13, all right. What'd you roll, Girthing?
6.
And then Carrick?
Yes.
Are you there? Okay. Yeah.
4.
4. Oh, okay. So you guys do see Angvor and Aurelia turn off to the side, but you aren't exactly sure which alleyway it is. So you take one and begin moving down there, but you don't see Angvor and Aurelia down this alleyway.
Can I see them?
So what are you trying to do, Wilfred?
Yeah, we're behind.
Can I do Druidcraft and give like a puff of wind towards our direction?
Let's look at what Druidcraft is.
You create an instantaneous harmless sensory effect such as falling leaves, a puff of wind, the sound of a small animal, or the faint odor of skunk.
I mean, you can do that, but Girthing, it's definitely not smart
But
enough
like
to.
it's like a puff of wind and 30.
So I mean, you can do something like that. The issue is that Carrick, Girthing, and Ugarth are out of sight right now for you.
They're past 30.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
we're
you and Morgana are sort of in the lead, and then Ingvor and Aurelia are probably back. I would say probably something like 60-ish feet.
And then we're more than that. Probably.
They're okay. So we're still on the move. Okay.
Yeah, so you're still on the move.
I mean, Morgana gave everybody directions, guys.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if you said right rate, you go down 3 alleyways and then you take a right, and then you go to the end and you make a full circle and you take a left and you go out that way and you turn back around and come back where you came and then you go straight.
That seems right.
I think that's what you said.
All right. All right. So you guys keep on moving through the town. Can I have everyone make a perception check for around as well as you guys start to move through?
13.
Thanks.
17.
21.
All right.
17.
1 second. So Aurelia rolled a 15 and Morgana rolled a 23. Ugarth, what'd you roll?
13.
13. Carrick, what'd you roll?
I'm sorry. 20. I missed
20. All right.
17.
17. All right. Wilfred?
I rolled poorly, so 12.
12. All right. Ingvor?
21.
Nice. And then Girthing?
17.
17. Okay, so basically everyone but Wilfred and Aurelia noticed that there is sort of a small sort of contingent of Duragar that begin to sort of move in your direction. Sort of all of you sort of see it from different angles, but you can see sort of a contingent of Duragar sort of moving towards you guys through the crowd.
Behind us?
Behind you, sort of in front of you, Girthing, Carrick, and Ugarth, but it's sort of moving at an angle from you. And then for you and Morgana, it's quite far behind you guys.
Well,
I'm gonna
I don't see anything.
message back to Girthing and say, I don't know if you're seeing the Duragar coming in, but you guys need to speed up. We need to make it to this house now.
okay, so I get that voice in my head.
Message before, so you can
Yeah.
message back.
I can message back.
You say whatever.
I see them, but they're between us, right? Like they're between, more or less between where I think more and them are and where we actually.
Yeah.
All right, I think they're ahead of us, but we will try to go around them.
I thought you guys were on a different angle, but yeah, I mean, we're gonna give you the directions. All three of you guys should know where this house is. I don't know what else.
Well, oh, that characters. Ugars, I guess we got to try to go around these guys in front of us. They said they're following.
Yeah, I think that's the best course of action. Can we sneak around these guys?
All right, you can try. You certainly
Is that
try.
a stealth? Is that a stealth?
Yeah, it'd be a stealth check. Yeah.
18.
18. All right. Carrick and Girthing.
5.
Oh, all right. Carrick, you're on mute.
You didn't hear a single bit of that.
Nope.
22.
All right. So you guys actually managed
I
to
rolled
sort
a
of,
17 and then an 18. So
you guys managed to sort of duck into this back alleyway. You sort of hide for a second, and the Canadian soldier seems to move on beyond you guys. It's sort of Girthing. Girthing keeps on trying to stick his head out and look. Sort of Ugarth and Carrick are actually able to sort of hold him back, and they sort of move on beyond you guys. And so, Wilfred, at this point, you and Morgana, it's been about 30 to probably been like 45 minutes of sort of moving through the crowd. You guys sort of reach sort of the entrance to Galen's house.
entrance to Keelan's house.
Mhm.
All right. Okay, I will check to see if I didn't see anyone following me, so unless Morgana's checking, but
Morgana doesn't see anyone yet.
I guess I'll go on up to the door.
So you open the door, try it. It's locked.
Locked. He said he was gone. Morgana.
Yeah, he was back at the house, Strothkins, as well.
That was Galen. Been a few weeks.
Have we gotten to the house yet?
So you're farther back now. You're probably like
I didn't
over
know how
100 feet.
far I let you go.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I didn't know.
so you guys are starting to spread out a little bit as time goes
Yeah.
by. So you guys are probably 100-ish feet back, but you've been able to keep within sight. The
Yeah.
last three of so Carrick, Ugar, I think you are no longer within sight of the rest of the group. So after a couple minutes go by, Angvor and Aurelia arrive at the door with you guys.
Guys, is it open?
No, it's locked.
Are there any windows on the house?
There are windows, yes.
I'll go around and check the windows. And is it 1, 2 floors?
It is 2 floors.
And if there's any windows up, I'll fly up and check those windows as well.
All right, so you fly up with your all the windows on the ground floor are locked. When you fly up to one of the top windows, it is unlocked. You're able to sort of open the sash and
I'll open it.
open the window.
Look around just a second, and then
perception
as long
check,
as I-
Wilfred.
I have guidance. 11.
11. All right, so you look around, don't really see anything.
Cool. We're good to go.
Then I'll sneak down to the front door and open the door.
So you sneak down the front door, open the door. Morgana, Aurelia, and Wilfred's flip in. All right.
Guys, I don't know where Gerthing and them are. I lost them a while back when, I don't know if you saw, but there was a few Durgar soldiers coming our way. I don't know what happened, but we just kept moving because I sent a message to Gerthing to let him know, but I hope they got around them. It's out. I mean, I told them to try and go around, but.
All right. So Gerthing and Ugarth and Carrick, if Carrick's there, you guys make a survival check to find the house.
Survival check is 26.
Wow.
Oh my God. No, you don't need to roll.
It was a 19 plus 7.
All right. Gerthing and Carrick, what'd you guys roll?
I have a 2 proficiency.
2. All right. So Gerthing is completely lost, and then Carrick rolled a 1.
Just a moment. Let me check my survival.
All right.
Okay, survival is wisdom, thankfully, not intelligence.
All right.
But either way, it was a natural 1.
All
For
right.
at least it's not intelligence, then it would have been a -1.
So Carrick and Gerthing just sit there and they look around. They don't know where they are. They can't remember the directions. They can't hear what's going on.
There's no sunlight to go by. I don't know
yeah.
if it was easy.
But Ugarth, who's grew up in the Underdark and who understands, so yeah, he quickly starts. All right, well, let's go this way, and so he sort of like leads, and you guys sort of trail in his wake. And he sort of leads like a seasoned sort of a city dweller, and it shows up on the door of Galen's house, where the rest of the
I
party
would have
is
shut
waiting.
it and locked it. I would have shut it and locked it just
All right.
to be. Yep.
Yeah. So Ugarth, you go up to the door. It is locked.
Hey, you're pretty good at this.
Yeah.
I'll
Can I just
I'll look
unlock it?
Yeah, make a lock picking check. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. What is that under?
I believe it's a dexterity check plus your proficiency modifier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just double check that.
If you have tools or something like that.
Dexterity came back as 21.
Okay. Nice. So you open. So you quickly turn it. You quickly pick the lock. Start like creaks open. You start push it open, and in there, yeah. Good angle.
I'm standing there, kind of having an eldritch blast building up because I'm
All right.
seeing this
All right.
like just being prepared for anything. And I'm
So-
like,
Guys, the door's still locked. I wonder if we're the first ones here.
so as you come in, all of a sudden,
the drone doesn't seem we're having time.
Aver's like pulls out, and there's like you're met as into this door. Sort of as Ugarth comes through, there's like this burning eldritch energy that's sort of it's sort of being pressed at him, and there's like a standoff here.
And
Druid craft have some skunk smell.
I'll let it die out and like dwindle as I see that it's Ugarth and I see Girthing behind him, and I'm assuming the carrot's back there. So I just kind of let it burn down and dwindle back into my hand.
Oh, the door was locked. We thought we were the first ones here.
Gave us all a scare.
Should have let him know you were here.
How?
Hey, we're here now.
We could have knocked.
It's Knuckling.
I don't know. I think
Secret knock.
I think that was the little one.
We need like a secret knock.
Well,
Secret
did something-
handshake. Secret something.
What's that smell? Did something die in here? Like is Galen?
I'm not sure.
I don't know what happened.
Well, everybody's in, and we're gonna shut and lock the door again.
All right, shut and lock the door.
It's a faint smell. It's not like a strong.
And you see like the house.
It's sitting well in my goblin's butt really isn't sitting well.
So as you look around the house, it has been ransacked. So this house has been completely sort of torn apart. You knew that you saw this as a very sort of lavish, sort of ornate home.
We've
And
been in it before.
yeah. So when you were sort of in the foyer, sort of in the entryway, and now it has been sort of ransacked and sort of ravaged. There's sort of just like ash on the walls. There's just sort of massive rents. Some of the beautiful pictures that seem priceless have been destroyed. There's shattered sort of dishware and silverware scattered across the kitchen floor. All the pillows have been slashed open.
Well, it looks like if we're gonna be visited, they won't be expecting people here.
It's a good hide place. It's a good place we could take a night's sleep. We could at least.
Also, make sure the door is locked again.
Yeah, how'd y'all get in here? None of y'all are good with those little lock thingies.
We got it right.
I flew up an open window.
Yeah. Maybe we should lock the window.
I did.
Okay.
So I mean, look around, see if there's any like I'm gonna kind of explore any of the ransacked things and kind of see if there's anything in here of interest or any clues of anything of what could have done this. I mean, gold or anything like that too, as well, is not a bad thing.
All right, make a investigation check.
So an 11.
11. Okay. So you sort of look through. You do find about probably 75 gold. Probably another 112 silver. And probably like 201 electrum and 235 copper.
You keeping all of that?
Pick it up. Anything as to like what went on, or like any like clues as to who did this?
And so as you look around, you see sort of images that sort of of you see the word Alaxon written in a couple places. You find sort of different but mostly it just looks ransacked. I mean, it's mostly just
Torn. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this place does look like overturned. But I found I'm assuming this was the Mind Flayers. It references Alaxon on the walls here, and it sounds like that's the overseer, the unseen god, the unseen benefactor.
And you find sort of a simple headband that looks like it might be something.
A simple headband.
Yep.
So there's stuff like written on the walls, or
Yeah, sort of graffiti on the walls, sort of.
does anything, is there any imagery that reminds me of the amulet, the kind of skull with the snake-haired?
There is. Yeah, you do see a skull with snake hair scrawled a couple places.
Any accompanying writing? Trying to get a
Alaxon.
clue what it.
Only. Is there any like books or anything down here? Or is it all?
There are books, yeah. A lot of them
It-
are ripped apart, torn apart. But if you want to make a,
Yeah, I was gonna see if there was like any books that were like pulled out and looked like in a spot that was like they had just used it or something.
make a perception check.
It's a chair.
Yeah, there is also a chair.
I rolled a 2 for a
Rolled a 2?
7.
A 7. Yeah. So you sort of look around all the books that you look at. They seem like they're different sort of war manuals, or some are sort of histories of Golgothir. Some are children's storybooks. Some are cookbooks.
Morgana, Ugarth, you
I'll pick up the history of Golgothir.
All right.
Go-
So,
go-
so you find a book that has the history of Golgothir.
Yeah, I'll just scan
What,
through and
what were
see
you
if
saying, Carrick?
about waxing or
I'll let them finish.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. What were you saying? What were you looking for, Wilfred?
if there's anything that relates to Alaxan or with mind flares and power or whatever.
All right. Make an investigation check.
At 10.
10. So as you read through the sort of the history of Golgothir, they do not have any specific references to Alaxan. They do talk about the mind flayers. They do talk about how they enslaved the Duragar, and how from time to time sort of they would rule over the Duragar, and Duragar would rebel, a traditional antagonists, and how you also know that they are sort of they are responsible for sort of enslaving other races as well, throughout sort of the history, whether they are the Kuatoas or the what are the other ones, or some of the other. I mean, they enslaved gnomes as well, and some of the other. What was it exactly? Sorry, the Grimlocks, and you also know that you also see a little chapter talking about how their association with the Githzerai. Yeah, and the Githyanki.
The Yankees.
Well, now that we're,
They're from this.
I guess, more or less alone as far as we know. Yeah, so I guess Ugarth, if you're willing to help, we're got to break out a guy out of prison.
Yeah, I guess my specialty of opening locks around here is pretty good, so I won't charge you too much for my skills. But yeah, we'll go break him out.
you grew up around here. Does this imagery mean anything to you? This skull with tentacles.
It reminds me of a
Make a history check.
A 5.
5. Doesn't remind you of anything.
It doesn't remind me of anything.
Yeah, so do we have anybody of intelligence?
No. No.
I could
Yeah.
Morgana
or Aurelia.
So I guess we gotta find a good time to go in. Would it be best to like sleep here and then like go in the night? try to,
See if we can go and
or
everyone
would it be
just-
better to do it in broad daylight or broad cavern light, whatever they call
Hour time.
hours
Yeah,
down
I
here.
think, feel like it's probably gonna be pretty much the same either way, light wise.
But if we manage to go when everyone's, well, it might make us stick out even further. If we go
Hey,
when
Garth,
everyone,
you grew up down here, you probably got a better sense of what time it is than we do.
It seems like it's 6 p.m.
Yeah, make a
Probably,
survival check, Garth.
it is
So
8:21 at the moment.
unless the tunnels were like,
All right, survival check. 22.
22. All right, so you know that it is sort of late afternoon, early evening. You guys were under there under sort of in the tunnels for about 12 hours.
but not, yeah, so that was us, not.
So we got a little bit of food just before this.
Well. All right, so I've got a plan. And you can shut me down if you want. But they know what we look like, or else we wouldn't have done 2 by 2 all the way through town. What if y'all or somebody, what if Ugarth here acts like he captured me? He's going to turn me into prison. And we use that as a distraction to break out.
I mean,
The Wookiee plan.
it's not
What
the
you
worst,
plan?
it's not the worst plan.
I mean, granted, it only said Ugarth because they don't know him, but he
Yeah.
also would be needed to pick the locks. So
Or
So-
to just so you guys can break out.
or do we all get arrested and then we break out all together? If we have the time, we go find a tattoo artist. We tattoo the map of the prison on our bellies.
Yes.
It's the most effective plan I've heard all day.
I feel like we could do this all in one season. I totally feel like we can do one season of this.
So I can disguise myself, and I could capture Garthang.
I mean, there's also a chance that goes really poorly, and now you have 2 people to break out.
You could capture both Ugarth and Gerthang, I think would be beneficial. It seems like Ugarth would need to be there to help breaking the locks.
Yeah.
They're both halflings, right? Will and Ugarth.
Ugarth's
Oh.
known.
He's a
I'm a gnome,
No,
fancy gnome. I'm a
We're
deep
not-
gnome.
Don't do that.
I would say we could give him your Hawaiian shirt and call him Will.
yeah. People don't really know us down here.
Here, you can wear my this other cowboy
And his
hat.
cowboy
Here,
hat, like,
Jamie.
nobody else down here doing a cowboy hat.
I did not wear it. I did not wear it when I was coming from when I left the sewers.
Right. Yeah. And you left the bearded lady.
And nobody gets arrested.
We're gonna have to do something. I mean, the distraction of getting arrested, that could easily work, yes. But it
So
could also-
we're trying to disguise myself, is that right? With a Hawaiian shirt and a cowboy hat.
Because that's what Wilfred
Here.
looks like. And he's wanted by these guys, so.
And
But Wilfred cannot pick lock
I cannot.
That's
very well.
Or we could just have some of the less stealthy people just make a big distraction to give,
Soon,
Ugarth the opportunity to go and
2 people go in.
break people out of jail.
Yeah,
The good old switcheroo.
Yeah. That's just one option.
yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to break in. Somebody's gonna have to get in there, at least one.
We've been in this keep before because that's where we first stayed the night.
That's correct.
Is there, recalling that night, was there anything that like we can use to potentially like help us get in and whatnot?
Make a history check.
I knew that one guy was able to reach us. He snuck in.
History, 11.
11. Okay. You know where you were kept, which was sort of to the front of the keep. However, you also know that that was not the main dungeons, right? That's sort of more of a holding sort of detention area. And so you know that the main sort of like actual prison is located in a different part of the keep. You didn't see which part it was. You know that sort of roughly that the barracks is sort of to the back of the keep. But that's about all you know.
Well, could we potentially, did our rooms have windows that we were in?
Your room did not have windows.
Did not have windows. Okay.
But I guess our first thing first would be we sleep a night or we sleep here
Yeah.
and get ready
Absolutely.
before we go
I
anywhere.
will be of no use if I go out like this.
We could try and scout out the keep.
We could scout.
Yeah, I'm up for scouting. Yeah, without my armor, I'm actually pretty stealthy.
I can go, but I'd stick out pretty much where I go.
My if someone would like, it takes about an hour to attune, but I could give someone the cloak of elven kind if they would like to try to sneak a little bit more easy or help stealth. It gives you advantage on stealth checks. It would take an hour to attune to it.
How far
Yeah.
is the keep from here, Morgana?
It's not that far. Only a couple minutes walk.
Oh, good.
Scouting's good, but if we could wait until the morning to try to do something, or we could try to go tonight. If we because we've been up for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we could hit the bed early and wake up before daylight.
That's correct. It's probably
It's still
about
early.
6 or 7 right now.
So it'd be pretty early. I mean, it would be a lot of time. It would just be a little bit of time.
If we go to bed now, we could try to get up early in the morning.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
But then we don't get to scout.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling pretty good after that little our time at the bar. I think worst comes to worst, if I don't have time for a full night's rest, I think I'll still be all right.
I can disguise myself, but not right now.
Yeah.
It was
As everybody's talking, poof, Major Chad reappeared because I spent the last few minutes summoning Major Chad again.
All right.
Major Chad. Hey, there you are.
The same creature.
Ugarth, the owl. It's still an owl.
Yeah, same. It's gonna look a little different this time. Every time it gets killed, it kind of gets a scar in that little place.
Right.
So wherever it has like a little defeathered a little bit, wherever
Uh-huh.
it kind of got a little scar there, a little roughened, but it generally looks like the same owl. Yeah.
Just gonna be all scar tissue by the end of this campaign.
So Ugarth, you see that this owl that you thought was lost in the tunnels has returned.
This is my owl, is that right?
No, this is Angbor's owl.
Angbor's owl?
The one that he was using to scout in the tunnels. Last week in
Am I
real life.
surprised about it coming back, or am I happy?
Probably. I'm probably
He's
surprised.
he's been prepping for it for about 10 minutes, so
I mean,
Yeah.
you guys have all been
You gotta
talking.
recognize, find familiar as a spell.
yeah.
Also being cast as a ritual too. And I will then crack open the door real quick and send him out to fly. Oh, I can't visually look through his because he's going to be farther away than that. But I'll send him out and tell him to scout in the direction of the keep
All right.
and fly around for a few minutes, 10, 20 minutes there, just kind of fly around the keep, generally where the keep is, the jail and everything.
All right. So you sort of send him out and sort of flies, goes out. After about 20 minutes or so, he comes back. He tells you a few things. One, he tells you that there are mind flayers out in sort of the area in front of Galen's house. They aren't massing or anything, but they are steadily around the house, sort of milling about in a way that you didn't see before. He flies over to the keep. The keep is heavily guarded. The people who are guarding it are very, so before they were all sort of military kind of guys, right? Now there's all sorts of stuff in the keep. There are sort of normal people that are probably look like shopkeepers and it's normal people who are there. There are Fomorians that are there, sort of that look like they're guarding it. There are creatures you've never even seen before. There are some of these sort of deformed drow are there. It is a much more eclectic group. It is a much more is more fortified and more sort of, and no one's out there drill training. There's no normal business going on. It's just a prison. There's just guards there now.
Okay.
Oh,
Guys, how many mind flayers did I see around the house?
Probably 3 at one time.
And they're like on the street or they're like in the area?
They're on the street. Some are not necessarily in front of the house, but some seem to be sort of drifting.
So they're just loitering around the house.
loitering.
They're in the area.
No loitering.
There seem to be a few mind flayers. I think I caught sight of 3 loitering, kind of just hanging around in the area around the house. Don't really notice what they are here for, but they're not coming our way, but they're not going away either. Seems to be the keep is extremely fortified. There are a large number of folks out there, and I'm not sure how we will get in.
I've been meaning to ask, as far as we know, the original queen of Golgothir,
Mhm.
did they put her to death?
No.
Were they
No.
in prison?
No,
As far as we've heard.
She's on the run. She's on the lam.
Yeah. I was just saying.
And Morgana has told you that she knows where Andragora is, but she doesn't want to tell any of you in case you get captured.
Sure.
Question: If the book would have mentioned anything about what type of mind flayer, are they like evil or are they
You mean alignment?
or like I'm trying to look at protection from evil and good and see if it would protect against that.
Okay.
But aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. Would I know if it would?
Yeah, they are aberrations.
They are aberrations.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Sounds like it's gonna be hard to get out of here without being seen. Oh. Eric cast invisibility on himself.
No, he cast astral projection.
Yeah.
That's an ability.
Yep.
Wish. I cast wish.
I wish we had everything.
I mean, this is going to be breaking him out of there is going to be a task in itself. Getting in is going to be a task in itself. I mean, this is going to be a not an easy situation.
Yeah, because they're watching.
They might be gone in the morning, so I mean, I'm not sure. As long as we stay quiet here, we might have a chance. I mean, but they're around the house. They weren't here when we walked in that I saw when we were coming
Right.
here, but I mean, if we waited out the night at least, maybe till early morning, they might head back.
Or there could be more.
If-
Either one.
but they also could just come. I mean, it seems like we're stuck here for now.
Well, we could set a watch.
Yeah, that's what I'm planning to do. We can take turns taking a break, take a rest.
Yeah.
Take a first watch.
Hey, Garrett, you're back.
Yeah, I zoned out there for a minute.
Astral projection.
Yeah. Well, I would like to,
Rage.
if possible, I would like to read from my book. If
Okay.
we have time.
All right. Depending on how you play this, you can probably read from the book, depending on how the group does it. But so who's taking first watch?
Yeah, I'll take first.
All right, Carrick. Who's taking second watch?
I'll take second.
All right, Ugarth takes second watch. Who's taking third watch?
I can take a watch.
All right, Girthing. All right, so that does mean, Wilfred, you can read from your book.
Cool.
I'll give you 2 hours.
Okay.
Carrick, what?
Headband. I'm gonna investigate this headband as well
All right.
because I'm
All right, so that headband is a headband of intelligence. And so it will increase your intelligence to 19.
What?
okay.
Watch this.
Arcana will be
Like spouting off like archaic formulas and you take it off and you go back.
All right, sorry, headband of intellect. So your intelligence score is
Okay.
19 while you wear this headband. It does require attunement though.
Yeah, I got you. I figured it. I'll see what I have 3 things attuned right now, so I obviously can't do that.
Get Carrick attuned to that thing.
If they if I'm to like take it on and off, or like mid sentence.
You don't have to attune to it, do you?
Yeah, you do.
said.
Oh, you do?
So you could go from being like, the professor, to being
Speaking on like some archaic formula and like get ready to solve this like unsolvable equation, and then it's like whoop, and it's like, well, still unsolvable now.
I'm using the wrong there. All right.
How many-
Carrick, perception check for first watch.
Dirty 20.
30-20. All right. So you sort of stare out, you sort of look out the windows and you see the mind flares and sort of in the street. It looks like, and you see sort of other groups, sort of people moving in the night. No one bothers you in the house. You're able to sort of, your watch goes by more or less uneventfully.
The same mind flares seem to be still lingering around this house.
So it seems like some come, they talk to that one, and then one of them leaves. So there's some of their groups coming by.
But does it seem like this house is kind of a focal point? Or just not really?
With Dirty 20, I'll say you get that probably they have suspicions that this may be a place where people might be, fugitives might be or whatever, right? They're keeping some sort of watch on this house.
Gotcha. Not that they necessarily think that people are here, but that it's just like it's a place where people, if someone wanted to hide, this would be where they would
Right.
come.
Right, exactly.
So,
Ugarth?
does any of them do any of the, or any of the mind flayers, the one that we saw before, ran into before?
You can't pick that up, even with the
Fair
20.
enough. Fair enough. Yeah, it's dark. That's fair.
Right, Ugarth?
Are there, do we have a pretty well understanding what the area looks like? Is there any type of doors or windows that are unsearched?
So there are lots of places that you could search, depending on what you're looking for.
Um,
What are you looking for?
this isn't the jail, is it? That we're in?
No,
Sorry.
you're in a house. Yeah,
House. Okay.
We're taking a walk.
We're taking a what?
watch.
Oh, okay.
Is it a Rolex? Are we gonna pawn it off later?
You're speaking to a rogue, so like.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I'll start looking around for like, some materials for the journey to going
All right.
to our.
So you can as you go through the kitchen, you do find all sorts of sort of goods, even good food. You find spices, and you're like, oh man, I love rock slugs. They're delicious. Oh man, I didn't know. Oh, I haven't had an underground cod in forever. Oh my goodness. So you're going through. Make a perception check also while you're keeping watch.
Okay. Perception of 20. Or I'm sorry, 18.
18. All right. So you sort of look around. You see the mind players out there as well. You get much of what Carrick just saw. You also do notice that it seems like you see a contingent of soldiers come by and sort of talk to the mind flayer, and they move on.
Can what do the mind flayers do?
So they're like octopus faces. They sort of have.
Oh,
Let's see if I can do something real quick.
You're good at mentally charming people and getting them to do things they
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
okay. Can I they're not type of people that would have stuff on like rogues. Do rogues pickpocket? Oh no, these don't have anything on them.
I mean, they're outside. You could try and go pickpocket them. They would have stuff on them.
Do we need to? I mean, do they have anything useful that we would want on our travels?
Probably.
Okay. Can I go try to pickpocket one?
You can certainly try.
Okay.
You
Do I?
we have locked up.
Nice knowing you, Garth.
Away from the.
Who are also asleep.
Also, just so you're aware,
The mind flayers are the bad guys.
the people not on watch are typically asleep. But if you want to tell somebody, then that's also. Or you can go. You can do whatever you want. You can go out there if you want.
Absolutely.
Let me think. Sorry, I'm not haven't played role playing games a long time. Can I ask for some? I mean, I'm on watch right now, so I don't want to like mess up anything. And like, what's his name from Lord of the Rings, where he dropped all of that.
Took.
That's exactly right.
You're just it could go really really cool, or like you could get in trouble. But
Yeah.
but just let you know that we're sleeping, so like it would have to make some noise probably if you go out there. Just so you know, because I don't think we said that's what the watch was for.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't.
So everyone else is sleeping, probably except for Wilfred. Whenever you're reading the 2 hours of the book.
I would have done that at the beginning.
Yeah, and then Angvor, whenever you had an hour of attuning or discovering what the headman did.
You could get some great dice rolls, and they could come around like pretty cool. I didn't want you to make the choice and then like think we were all awake watching or something.
I mean, I guess I'll just kind of can I just stay put, not just keep watch? Do I have to do anything?
Yeah, you can just keep watch.
Just make sure
You might just do
nothing's-
that.
All right, so you stay up, keep watch. Girthing, perception check.
5.
5. You don't even see the mind flayers outside. You sort of look out the door and you're like, what is Angvor talking about? What were the other guys talking about? You sort of sit down
Yeah,
and you cast speak with animals.
I think I'll also take my watch to. I've got a little bit of that blue paint I bought.
Mhm.
Paint yourself blue.
No, and a little bit of that silk, and just cut a square and like try to paint that Tiamat amulet so I
Okay.
can have that on.
I'll make a performance check.
Because from what I remember, your thing knows that Tiamat, the group with Tiamat and these Minecraft are working somewhat together. That's an 18. But I don't really know how well.
18. 18. All right. So you draw a pretty good symbol of Tiamat. It looks pretty legit. I mean, it's not. No one's gonna
light blue on black, so it's not.
Yeah, so no one's gonna mistake it for like something that was like done by a craftsman, but definitely people would recognize that this is Tiamat and that yeah, and so you have a pretty good symbol of Tiamat, one that people recognize.
Okay. I'll hide that on me.
All right, got it. All right, so as morning comes, we have completed our long rest, and you guys are all back up to full hit points. Let's just mark off my long rest.
Looking at the spells.
Well, now that we're all feeling better.
Nathan.
Hi, Uncle Nathan. Hi.
Honey, Uncle Josh is there too.
Hey, Heidi.
Hi, Heidi. All right. So you guys finish up a long rest.
Cool.
That is where we end tonight's session.
Do I need to roll a long rest?
No, you just mark it off.
Yeah,
On,
you just
yeah.
Yeah, if you have any spells or anything like that, you get those back. You get up to 3 of your hit dice that you spent back, like when we did that short rest in the bar.
Oh, okay.
Then you heal the full hit points, so like you heal all the way.
Yeah. And so as you
Awesome.
guys finish up your long rest and you prepare for the assault upon the keep, that's where you'll end tonight's session.
Awesome.
I am prepared for infiltration.